The Oktava MK-012 Film Edition hypercardioid microphone. We're going to test it out. I'm actually testing it out right now. That plus a bunch of awesome nerd stuff coming right up. So, good day and welcome to the Time Preservation Society. I'm Freddy Krueger. Be sure to like and subscribe and hit that bell notification so you can be notified of new content right when it drops. Cheers. Today we're looking at the well-loved Russian-made hypercardioid microphone that is often a first choice or second choice for indoor dialogue recording for films and TV. I received the first one, more on that later, a couple of weeks ago. My parents got it for me for my birthday. They always know exactly what I really want. I am a very lucky guy. I'd like to take a moment here and to thank them both from the bottom of me heart. Thanks, Mom and Dad. I couldn't be happier. Listen to the sound of this thing. It's awesome. I'm currently booming overhead with this mic so you can hear it. I've purposely left it visible in the shot. I've done no post-processing to it whatsoever, but I might have used a limiter in post, so check the screen right now to see if I did use it. There may be some comb filtering happening due to the reflections from this table here, but I'll allow it. I'm not sure. I can barely hear if there is or not. Normally I would do some post-processing on a boomed mic anyway, but that would defeat the purpose of a mic review. You should hear this thing raw, and so you shall. This entire video will be recorded using the Oktava and into the Sound Devices MixPre 3.2 here. I'll sync them in post. I never send any audio right to the camera. It's not the best camera in the world, so the audio, no matter how good the recorder is, would have to go through also the camera's preamps, and thereby crapifying the sound. So, let's briefly touch on the elephant in the room. Oh. Hello, elephant. How did you get into this room? This mic is a Russian-made mic, though it was not purchased in or directly from Russia, but rather from the USA from the only dealer in North America, Oktava USA. I'd imagine they'd be sitting on older stock since there may be some issues restocking due to the, current European strife. Before I let you know the issues I had with the first mic and why I had to have this replaced, some brief Oktava history. Oktava began in Tula, the then USSR, in 1927, which was the jazz singer ago. An interesting note about the jazz singer is that it was the very first movie with synchronized dialogue, the initial introduction to talkies. Way to go, Warner Brothers. I'm digressing again. Anyway, since its first launch in 1927, Oktava became world famous. In fact, on April 12, 1961, Yuri Gagarin yelled out, "Let's go!" in Russian into an Oktava mic just before he launched to become the very first person in the world to journey to space. Let's go! Oldka. I don't know. I don't know why I did that. Oktava mics went on to become favorites of musicians like Sting, Iron Maiden, U2, Radiohead, and more. They make one of the finest ribbon mics in the world and also make small and large diaphragm condensers and tube mics, among others. Today, the MK-012 small diaphragm condenser microphone with the hypercardioid capsule is a preferred indoor dialogue mic for many production recordists on a budget due to its warm sound and low price. So earlier I said this is the second Oktava mic that I received. The first one was faulty, and I had to send it back and get a replacement. I've heard stories of the quality control from Oktava, but I had hoped that I wasn't going to be one of its casualties. But I was. When I first plugged it in on the eve of my little birthday gathering, it popped and fizzed and hissed and spattered. I tested it on the Sound Devices MixPre 3, and also with the Apollo Twin X. I tested it with different cables and with the low cut screwed on and off. I tested it in a house with a mouse, but it was terrible audio. I could tell that it wanted to be a great sounding mic, but there was clearly some shorting out happening. Have a listen. This is the sound with a brand new cable. Same problem. Definitely a mic issue. Listen to that get louder. What the hell is it doing? Yeah, that's bad. So I recorded all that and emailed the recording to Ken Heaton of Oktava USA. I asked him if I could swap the mic with a working one. While he didn't hear anything particularly bad with the recording I sent him for some reason, he agreed to send me a new one, this time by a faster courier since I'm told the first one took upwards of 3 weeks to arrive. And I sent him the faulty one at the exact same time. I received a replacement one exactly 1 week and 1 day later via FedEx. And this is the replacement mic. Sounds great. No pops and fizzes. No hisses. Beautiful. Let's have a closer look at it. The Oktava MK-012 Film Edition comes in a very nice wooden case with cutout foam moldings inside to hold the various parts. Inside the box we can see the mic body, a hypercardioid capsule, a low-cut filter that screws on, it's a little cartridge, and a mic clip. It also comes with this really neat hand-drawn frequency chart, which is really cool. It's a nice touch. It comes in both black and nickel finishes. This one is the black one, obviously. The MK-012 body can host a few other types of mic capsules. This one is a hypercardioid capsule, as I said, but you can also get omni or regular cardioid capsules as well. They screw on just like this. The extra low-cut filter cartridge screws on between the body and the mic capsule and is used to cut low-frequency rumble caused by handling the boom pole. It's also helpful to minimize wind noise or basically any low-end information that is useless in dialogue. The included clip is really, really well made. It's great quality. But I don't think I'll be using it too much because it's not a shock mount. So it's a condenser mic, so it needs phantom power to run. There are no batteries, it has no switches of any kind on the body, which I like since switches mean wind holes, windows, wind windows, but don't use this outside. It has a single XLR out and is quite heavy. It feels really well made. I think authentic is the word I'd use. It feels authentic. It weighs 85 grams with only the hypercardioid capsule screwed on. I didn't know that Oktava USA didn't ship the movie edition of this mic with a pop screen. This is absolutely necessary when on-set booming and moving the mic through the air. So when I had the mic replaced with the new one, I asked them to throw in a pop screen. He threw in 2. Thanks, Ken. So make sure that if you order this mic that a pop screen is included. If not, then purchase one separately. I know there's some aftermarket ones that probably fit. I really do like the look of this mic. It's very genuine, if that makes any sense. It measures... Oh, hold on a sec. Let me just find my trusty old measuring tape here. You know, this measuring tape was manufactured in 1897 by an imprisoned Jonathan Harker. I picked it up in Transylvania in 1992. And that was my last month of Halloween measuring tape bit. Happy Halloween! But for those of you watching in the future, every day can be Halloween if you let it. It measures about 4.5 inches long and 1 inch wide at the capsule. Let's hear the rejection patterns. Okay, so this is around about a foot away from the mic, head on, and now let's turn it 90 degrees. And this is the sound of the mic, 90 degrees. Let's turn it all the way around, so 180 degrees. So this is the very back of the mic that I'm talking into. And then back to 90 degrees again, and then back to me. Something you should note is that it's very susceptible to handling noise, as you can tell. I mean, you need to have this guy on a shock mount if you're putting it on a boom pole. If I hold it tightly, hear that rumble? So you need to have this on a shock mount. How about with the low-cut filter attached? Right now, the low-cut filter is on. I think it takes a little bit too much of the low end off, if you ask me. I love low end, and I feel that the voice is just a little tad bit thin. So there might be a lot of uses for this low-cut filter that comes with it, but I don't think I'll use it much for indoor booming. But that's the sound of it, low-cut filter. All right, next. Okay, the low-cut filter has been removed, but now I'm booming at 2 feet away. So this is the sound from 2 feet away in a room that is acoustically treated somewhat and very, very full with a lot of things. So there shouldn't be too many reflections, but you might be hearing a bit of this comb filtering here. How about 3 feet away? Okay, so now I'm 3 feet away. It's way up there, way up at the ceiling. So now I'm 3 feet away, and this is how the Oktava MK-012 sounds with the hypercardioid capsule. At 3 feet away, I have once again increased the gain even more to compensate for lower volume. I did the whole thing in post. I'm not touching the recorder. So that's what it sounds like at 3 feet away. Okay, I'm back to 1 foot away. Let's try it out with a scenario. I filmed a quick little silly scene in the style of a movie so you can hear what it sounds like when used for the purpose for which it was intended. I filmed it in the most reflective room in the house, the kitchen. I would have filmed it in the bathroom, but the outhouse is far too small for the camera gear. Not to mention cold. Deciding the room to shoot in was hard. It reminds me of that time that I debated with myself about which hat to wear. Ready to go? Yeah, all set. Excellent. I was thinking we'd hit the candy store first, get some munchies. Hey, weren't you just wearing a black hat? No, I've been wearing a brown hat. I could have sworn you were just wearing a black hat just a second ago. Huh. My mistake, I guess. Well, anyway, as I was saying, the movie starts at... Now, I know you were just wearing a completely different hat a second ago. No. Like I said, brown hat. Why are you still on about this? Wow. Brown hat. No. You were definitely wearing a much smaller hat just a second ago, and you somehow swapped it without me You just did it again! No. You said brown hat. I said black hat. Now you're wearing a massive red sombrero, not a brown hat. No, it's a black hat, like I said. But...
Who are you talking to? You're not wearing that.
Of course not. I like hats. So what did you think of the sound quality? The entire scene was boomed from about a foot above my head for both me's and pointing at my upper chest throat area, right about here. Let me know in the comments what you think of this mic. Okay, I'm not going to use this hypercardioid mic on a guitar cabinet because no one ever would. But I'm curious what it'll sound like on an acoustic guitar. I had to fart, but I was at the dentist. It wasn't good, not for me and not for him. No, it wasn't good. And there you have it. You can purchase the Oktava MK-012 Film Edition for $295 US by going to www.oktavausa.com. Analysis. This is a simple and well-built mic. I say simple because it has no switches or anything. It's straightforward and does just what it's meant to. For acoustic guitar, I thought it sounded surprisingly awesome. I would definitely use this mic for recording acoustic. For sound effects, it's a fabulous choice. I would fully recommend this mic for that purpose, of course. For what it's intended for, indoor boom micing, it's tops. 100%. I love it. Listen to the sound of this. It sounds really great. This is raw. I mean, I'm not doing anything. And like normally I would smooth it out. I would, cut out some annoying frequencies, but I'm listening to it right now and it sounds just fantastic. That low end is so warm. It's really, really nice. Of note, it's an indoor mic. Earlier I said don't use this outside. It's not meant for outside. So if you do use it outside, make sure it's not too hot or cold or humid. They tend to be a bit finicky in bad weather. This will be my indoor dialogue mic. My outdoor mics are the D80S Mic 2 and the new mic I've acquired but yet to pick up, the Sennheiser MK-012. I'm going to be reviewing that one soon. Actually, I have to do the S Mic 2 as well. Both of those are shotgun mics and they're weather sealed. They're meant for outside. Oktava here is perfect for indoors. It's exactly what you need. So, about the outside, I'm just letting you know, baby it. I keep it in a little tiny bag with a silica gel in the box, just to keep the humidity off of it when I'm not using it. So there are other places to buy Oktava mics if you're not in the USA, like in Germany or on Reverb online. But wherever you buy one, make sure that they have a return-replace policy and that it's not going to be too much trouble shipping. If you get a good one, then you're set. It sounds fantastic, and as I understand it, they don't generally crap out on you. They either come faulty and that can be repaired, or they'll come fine and you'll have it for many, many years without trouble. Just don't get it wet with humidity. And if you do, stick it in a bag with a silica gel or, you know the tricks to dry it out. There's ways to take it apart as well. It's very, very point-to-point inside. It's easy to clean the capsules, apparently. I adore this mic more than most of my other mics because of that sound. That beautiful, rich dialogue sound right out of this mic. I'm going to use the crap out of this mic for many years. I'm very excited. Once again, to my parents, thank you very much. Really exciting. So, anyway, 2 things are true. 1, the older you get, the more you'll enjoy pie crust. And 2, you'll love this mic for indoor dialogue. Do I recommend the Oktava MK-012 Film Edition? Yep, I very much do. Just make sure you don't get a lemon. And if you do, and they won't take a return, you say,
"This is God."
Bye now. End transmission. Oh, hi there. Oh, this? Oh, it's just a Time Preservation Society mug that I got as a gift for my birthday from my son. Thanks, Niles. I really appreciate that. It's a really thoughtful gift. Check it out. He also got me this pen. I don't know if you can see it. Thank you very much. Matching pen and mug for my son Niles.